Umpa an esteemed yes. Since I cannot be there for his celebration of life, I wanted to take the time to submit a video to honor the life and legacy of my grandfather, whom I affectionately refer to as Umpa. Three lessons come to the forefront when I think about Umpa's life. Through these lessons, Umpa has greatly impacted my life, and I wanted to take a couple of moments to share the lessons I hold dear about his life and his legacy. These are play, imagine, and learn. Let me start off with a more universal memory, one in which many people in the room probably share. It involves a game of cards. My earliest memory of cards with Umpa was played at their home in Lake Lure. Umpa is no slacker when it comes to strategy, so you have to imagine how intimidating it was to play games against him as a child. These are also not typical children's card games. He jumps straight into poker. Now, he wouldn't bat an eye when my brother or I would call out 12 wild cards prior to dealing. My favorite was deuces, one-eye jacks, and suicide kings. But he was patient with me, always writing out sheets, help me understand what hand was best. He would also regularly slide me a couple of chips or ante up for me if my resources were dwindling. His main goal was to play for as long as possible. I dare say he played a lot of cards in his years. Cards with Umpa impacted me in more ways than I can quantify. I love strategy games, spanning from cards to other genres. It also taught me the importance of quality with friends and family. My wife and I recently taught Umpa and Grandma D, my wife's family's card game. Perhaps even playing cards with Umpa classically conditioned me as a child to spread that positive equity to my wife and somehow preordained our relationship. Ultimately, I learned to play for the sake of playing. I think you may realize, as Umpa undoubtedly did, that immeasurable good comes from playing. Second, imagination. It could be a walk in the woods, a project in a workshop, or talking about the universe. Umpa's imagination was always active. My earliest memories of this was when we took a simple walk in the woods behind Umpa's house in Maryland. We would take off through the backyard and trudge into the woods. I'm sure my tiny legs couldn't keep a decent pace, and my tiny capacity for paying attention didn't last beyond finding a pretty bug or a leaf. Umpa would celebrate these things with us. For someone always so goal-oriented and destination-driven, he took the time to imagine with my brother and I. We would stop and have elaborate sword fights with long sticks, or take in the wonder of the view. Through Umpa's imagination, I learned to love nature, create works of art, to fantasize about alternate possibilities. We walked in the woods countless more times, sometimes to the peaks of mountains, and sometimes just beyond the house. He taught me that nature was a free resource for anyone to enjoy, and that imagination was much the same. Finally, Umpa and Grandma D have always both taken an interest in learning. They were always eager to teach, in formal capacities as teachers or in less formal settings as mentors. They have always expressed how education should be a priority and even helped pave the way financially for many of their children and grandchildren to get an education. I remember a discussion I had with them just prior to finishing my undergraduate degree. They had agreed to give a certain sum of money each year to help with school for 4 years of undergrad. However, I managed to graduate in 3 years. I was still slightly in debt and looking to pursue a master's degree within a year. Umpa said that he would give me the fourth sum as a loan, and if I managed to get into grad school within a year, he would forgive that loan. This is just one example of the countless conversations I had about the power of education and the motivation he endowed in us to pursue learning. I was accepted to the only MBA program I applied for within a year, and the loan was forgiven. Years after, I also managed to get a PhD and am now a college professor. The push to continually learn can be traced directly back to Umpa. Ultimately, these memories are more like themes. We can see his focus and what he deemed important. Like many of you, share the ideals to play, imagine, and learn. Maybe for you, that's because you share empathetic experiences that led you to similar understandings. This commonality is likely why you are his friend. For me, it's because these are the lessons that Umpa has continuously woven through my life. In many ways, he has made me who I am, and I couldn't be more grateful. I now have a daughter of my own. This is Umpa's great-granddaughter. Although there isn't much time left for them to interact directly, Umpa will still be consistently weaving lessons into her life long after he is gone, either through me or other people he has impacted, or the funds he has allocated to be used for her future higher education. In many ways, he has ensured that she will have the privilege to play, imagine, and learn. In this, his legacy is preserved. We love you, Umpa.